Jingle bells, I'm gonna bang your mom tonight. Hello guys, what's going on? Welcome to this new video. Are you already in the Christmas spirit? What you say no? Well, bad. You should. Actually, to be honest, this year, I feel it less, because this is the weirdest December since I'm here in Norway. It's foggy, it's rainy, there's no snow, there's no ice, it's not even that cold. It's 8 degrees right now. Anyways, welcome back to this new video, guys. Today I'm gonna tell you my 10 most listened album of 2025. I've listened tons of music this year, tons of music. So, before some of you start in the comment section with, Boris, how is it possible that you didn't listen to this? I maybe did. Maybe it was at the position 11, 15, 20. Let's start with the number 10. Forbidden Morals by Void. This is one of the rarest occasions when actually the YouTube algorithm works and show me something that I actually like. Void are a band from Louisiana, USA. One of the 5,000 bands with the same name. But this album here is good. There's literally no single thing that I don't appreciate of this band. They play this 80s thrash metal that is technical but still groovy, with a touch of horror element in it, and it just sounds fucking great. They sound like it was produced in the 80s. The band looked like it came from the 80s. The video clip looks like it was recorded in the 80s. And you know which is the funniest part? They're all in their early 20s. The singer is literally born in 2005. This is actually a pattern that I've noticed in many younger bands, at least the ones that don't spend their time dancing on TikTok. They love old school stuff. They sound old. They sound fucking real. I still have to listen to the previous album, but I'm blasting this one since it came out. Number 9, The Great Satan by Triac. Triac is a black metal band from Iran, now based in UK. I had the pleasure to meet Cheyenne, the mastermind behind the band, at Inferno Festival. We had a nice chat, and I wanted him to be one of the first people that I interview on this channel, because I wanted to start this kind of podcast interview thing, but I literally never found the time, and at some point I realized that I might not be the right person. I'm not really good to interview people, so I just put the entire podcast interview stuff on the side. Anyways, about this album came out this year, and it's really a good album. Take Vatane, mix it with behemoth style of vocals, and add more melodies that matches the brutality of the song, and you will have Triac. You know when people say, stop mocking Christianity, try with Islam. Well, there you have it. This is a band from Iran. As far as I know, you will not find anti-Christian lyrics, but you will find a lot of anti-Muslim lyrics. From the album cover, to the song titles, to the lyrics themes. I mean, it's on Encyclopedia Metallum, it's not even hidden. And it takes balls, because it's really easy to talk bad of Christianity nowadays, because nobody gives a shit. But it's really hard to talk shit of Islam, because you risk a lot. And those guys have balls of iron. And when it comes from a band that experienced that on their skin, Cheyenne has to leave Iran, the bassist is actually from Syria, and back when he was living in Syria, he was arrested and tortured by the Syrian regime at the age of 18 for being an alternative person metalhead in his home country. So listening to the album and knowing what these guys have been through, it just gives this touch of authenticity, Number 8, But Merely Flesh by Ritual Thug. I discovered this band in pure randomness. I was on Bandcamp, I was checking the orders, and at some point I was reading the comments, the nice comments that people leave when they buy your album, and I click randomly on one of this person, and I've seen his Bandcamp collection, and this was the last album he bugged. I was really impressed by the cover album, so I clicked, out of curiosity, and when I started to listen to the band, I was like, holy shit, this is good. This is a clear example of how having a nice album cover and work on your album cover really matter a lot even nowadays. Because if that cover looked like shit, I will probably never click on it, It's funny because I also immediately contact the artist behind the cover and I start, to ask him about the prices, etc. Because I fucking love it. Anyways, don't expect anything original here, nothing new. It's just pure, filthy, old school death metal. And honestly, I'm totally fine with that. Number 7, Kane Roberts and Saints and Sinners by Kane Roberts. Kane Roberts, dude. I love this guy. He became famous playing the guitar in a couple of albums, or maybe 3 albums in the 80s for Alice Cooper in his most metal period. And this guy is the emblems of the 80s. I mean, look at him. Rambo, curly hair, muscles, a guitar that looks like a fucking gun. I'm sold. You can't get more 80s than this, come on. Many probably don't know about him and his solo career, but he released 2 awesome albums, one in the 80s and one in 1991. Yeah, if you know him, you will point out that he released more albums, but no, he didn't. Let's not talk about those albums. Let's don't. I don't want to hear about those albums, you know. So yeah, the first album is more like a party style, more like a groupie style one, you know, if you know what I mean. The second one is more sophisticated, less dirty, but both albums are fucking great. If you love 80s metal, take a listen. Number 6, Absolute Elsewhere by Blood Incantation. Do you remember the video when I went to Oslo to do a vinyl hunt? And I was showing the vinyls and I showed this one and I said, oh, I know Blood Incantation. Everybody's praising this album. One day I have to listen to it. Well, that day arrived after that video and I was blown away by this album. I expected to listen a couple of minutes and then turn it off because, you know, if I'm correct, the album is like just 2 tracks, but online, the digital version, they split it in 6 tracks. But holy shit, this album is gold. I was thinking that I will find, you know, a super hard album to digest, to listen, but actually the album, it's really easy to listen and the songs are just amazing. If you like this mix, you know, of old school death metal with some prog, with this space sound and stuff, it's just great. And the cover album, when you see the cover album, you're like, okay, yeah, it's nice, you know. But when you listen to the music and you look at the cover album, you're like, fuck, the artist just get it right. It fits so good when you listen to the music. Number 5, Late Attraction by Wanted. This is another really young metal band, heavy metal band from Michigan, USA. Another band that I discovered randomly thanks to the YouTube algorithm. And when I listened to this the first time, I was like, wait a minute, how I missed this band from the 80s? It's probably one of those super underground cult metal band from the 80s. Fucking no. They're again in their early 20s. And it blew my mind how this album here sounds so damn 80s. It's really a good album. Number 4, B-Sides Volume 1 by Dance with the Dead. This is one of my guilty pleasures. If you know me, you know that beside music I have different passions and horror movies are one of those. And if you love old horror movies, you know that many times the soundtrack is full of synth music. And this band here just mixed the 2 things that I love, metal and horror movies vibe synth. I love to listen to this shit in the gym. Give me so much energy. This one is their 4th album. I think it came out in 2017. There's 2 more. They're great, but this one, it's something that I always came back, you know, and I didn't listen to much last year and it popped up again, you know, this year. I was like, fuck, how I forgot about this. And I hate that. I hate when I don't have a physical copy. I tend to forget about bands, you know. So yeah, if you like synthwave, 80s synthwave, and you like metal, and you like to hear it combined with this touch of horror elements, listen to Dance with the Dead. Number 3, we have Aamogandhr by Satanic War Master. I lost the track with Satanic War Master when they released Filbum Winter. It was 2014 and I was thinking, damn, who knows how much albums they have released, right? For my surprise, no. They have released just 2 albums. A new one that came out, I think, this year or last year, and then this one in 2022. And what can I say? I know I'm a broken record, but I love this album. It's pure Finnish black metal. The production is raw, but it's good. It's that type of production that is raw, but you can still hear clearly all the instrument, but it's not clear enough to be called poser by the true cultist. And I love this kind of production, you know. I think that this kind of black metal fits the best with this kind of production. And the dude behind the band, Lauri, I think he's one of the best composer out there when it comes to melodic black metal. I love how he's always able to find some catchy, super nice riffs. And I always admire his guitar work and the atmosphere the guy was able to create. He's a bit controversial though, so if you're a sensitive person, maybe stick with the last 3 albums if you don't want to find some, you know, surprises. Number 2, Headless Cross by Black Sabbath. This right here, my friends, in my opinion, is the peak of Black Sabbath. Ozzy fans, don't kill me, but I always say Ozzy is the best with his solo career, but when it comes to Black Sabbath, Tony Martin forever. I don't know why, but the atmosphere of this album always brings me back to the movie Robin Hood from 1991. Don't ask me why. This album has this kind of a medieval atmosphere in it. It sounds so epic, and I don't know, it always gives me these vibes. Or maybe it's because Tony Martin reminds me of Alan Rickman. I don't think there's a single bad track in this album. And dude, when that riff in When Dead Calls come, when I hear that shit for the first time, holy shit, this was so ahead for the time. Tony Yomi, dude, Tony Yomi. In my opinion, it's just a perfect album, and if you never liked Black Sabbath with Ozzy Osbourne, give it a chance with Tony Martin, because in my opinion, you're losing so much if you didn't listen to this album. Last but not least, number 1, we have Nightmare Logic by Power Trip. Holy fucking shit, it's crazy that I almost forgot about this album when at some point popped up again. Did I already say this is why I hate listening to music online? I guess I did. This, in my opinion, for my own personal taste, this is one of the best thrash metal albums I ever listened in my life. It's brutal, it's old school, it has tons of personality. At least for me, because I'm not the bigger expert when it comes to thrash metal, you know? But it's also really catchy. It's like you can't not move your head when you listen to this album. The singer, Riley Gale, died in 2020. And since then, I don't think they released any new music, and I really hope they will, because it was a long time that I've heard an album from the beginning to the end that I'm loving and that makes my head move all the fucking time. So this was my list of my 10 most listened albums in 2025. I'd like to do a last mention. It's take it as a extra, as a plus. This band was sent to me by one of my patrons actually. It's a band of his brother called Sakna. And he asked me, you know, that if I could listen to the band of his brother, because his brother will have been really happy, you know. And obviously I say yes. So I downloaded the album, I listened to the tracks, and I was like, holy shit, this is so fucking good. The solos, the extra instrument, there's a lot of going on, you know, in these tracks, and the atmosphere, the sadness in the song. And I was like, dude, I'm gonna tell to this guy, you know, tell to your brother that this music is great. But I didn't really read correctly the message, and then I figured out that his brother passed away committing suicide. I was just kind of shocked, you know, and knowing that his brother, after all these years, is trying to put this album out, you know, they finally made it through a label, and you know, I think it's just a beautiful gesture from his brother that I needed to mention this, because the album is great, and if you listen to the album you will definitely agree with me. So I will leave a link in the description down below if you want to listen to the full album. And with that said, guys, thanks again for watching, and I will see you soon in the next video. Cheers!
Satan.